She was like a person living inside a piece of tech called the Dream Sleeve, which played music and could sometimes make big, loud bells go off inside your ears. It's hard to explain, and I do not mean to try, or at least not right here and now. You will just have to bear with me a while if you want to make any sense out of it. Chapter 2. Why was we going to London? Well, we was following a signal from someone called Sword of Albion that said we should come. Outside of that, these wasn't just the one sole answer. It's more like there was a different reason for each of us, except for the drudge, who didn't have no mouth to speak an opinion with. It didn't seem to have one in any case. I guess it was my idea before it was anyone else's. What I wanted, when I was first thrown out of Mythen Rood, was just to be let back in there again, and be back with my family, my mother Jemiu, and my sisters Athen and Mull. I missed them so much it was a hurt inside of me, like something hard and sharp that I had swallowed down without meaning to. There wasn't no chance of going home. If I set one foot inside the gate, I would be hanged, and my mother and my sisters alongside me. All I could hope to give them was more shame and hurt on top of what I already brung down on them. London was no more than a story to me. A place where tech of the old times was so plentiful it was just lying in the streets. Where the parley men used to keep their court for the good of all, and where their treasures were still to be found by them as was bold enough to look for them. It was the place where England was ruled from. For so many years nobody could even count them, until the unfinished war brung England into ruin. So it seemed to me, since I couldn't go home no more, that there was reason enough to go to London, just for the sake of seeing it before I died. But besides that, I had got a plan. A kind of plan anyway. I'm not saying it was a good one, but it got into my head and would not come out again. The plan was to bring all people that were still living in England together in one place, and by such means keep them from dying. I thought London might serve, if we could find it, for the old story said it was so big that when the sun set on one side of it, it was rising on the other. People was dying on account of not having babies, or the babies not living long after they was born. Ursula had teached me a word for this, but it was a really long one, and I did not use it much. The fact that they was dying was the thing that mattered to my mind. That, and the cause of it, which was that there was not enough people to make the babies properly. You would think that only 2 people was needful, but you would be wrong. You needed what was called a gene pool, and 2 people on their own did not have one. 200 people even did not have one. But if you was to take 200 here and 200 there, and keep piling them all in, then by and by a gene pool would be there, and the babies would be born strong enough to live. So that was the biggest reason why I said we should go to London. We needed to find out if the roads were still open, so we could tell everyone else to come. Ursula didn't care so much about finding lost London, but she did want to find where Sword of Albion's signal was coming from. The signal was tech of the old times that had been kept safe for years on years, and she thought there might be other tech along with it. She was looking for parts and tools to repair her healing machine, that was called a diagnostic, so she could fix the babies before they dropped into the world, or even make women quicken that could not do it on their own. I thought my plan to build a gene pool in London was better, but I liked this idea too. So we made up our minds that we would journey into the south, and we took Cup with us because Ursula was not happy with letting her go free, and I was not happy with killing her. All of this was decided on the day we left Calder Valley, but in some ways, it had got to be decided again every day after, for we could not move a step without some argument about it. Most of the arguments